Third, I make sure my life insurance is up to date. Again, Fola, you made mention that some people are saying you are over-regulating. I tell you, when we are appointed ministers, we thought this administration is going to be like other previous administrations, that you sit as a minister, you go to the office, do what you want to do as a minister, and assume nobody is watching. But we are wrong. Mr. President, make sure that each one of us, including the CME who is coordinating the economy, is on KPI, key performance indicators. That is, we are watched every day, we are regulated, not over-regulated, but just to keep us in check. So I'm sure that's what he's doing also to the insurance companies. But let me say clearly that we're happy today that this retreat is coming at this critical time of the economy. We are under some challenges, like we all know the challenges we are having in the economy. But what we try to do as a government and as an administration is to create the conducive atmosphere for the private sector to flourish. We believe that the private sector is the engine room for the growth of the economy. And one key pillar for such growth, either if we're talking of FDI or LDI, is the insurance sector. And we believe that the government has created enough room, enough business for the insurance sector to flourish. I'll give you a couple of examples. We've just done the most important rebasing exercise in the country. The economy is clearly rebased, the economy is clearly diversifying, and it is for the insurance companies to take advantage of the various sectors of the economy that we are able to give structure, that we're able to show the challenges, and that we're able to show the prospects. So the government has created that platform for the insurance companies to key in. And again, one key important master plan that we have in the country is the National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan. That is one of the master plans that we developed to develop infrastructure for the next 30 years in the area of energy, in the area of all sectors that has to do with infrastructure. And that is very important for the economy to grow. And that is an area that also the insurance company can key in. We have, of course, I believe the CME will talk more on that, on the power sector reforms. Clearly we have diversified, clearly we have privatized all the distribution and the generating companies. Again, that's an area for the insurance companies. But for any sector in the economy that has 26 companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, I believe that sector is important and contributing to the GDP of this country. So it is a big challenge for you, the CEOs and the regulators, to make sure that what we have done as a government is also key into your activities. For our vision to be the 20th largest economy in the year 2020, we believe the insurance companies should be able to play a key role into this. The recent experience that I've had with the insurance business, I tell you, I happen to be a member of the Centenary City Committee that was inaugurated by the President. The idea is to develop a brand new city to commemorate the centenary of Nigeria. And it is to be private sector driven. But three key multinationals that I approached personally to come in and key into our centenary city Their first question is, how strong is your insurance industry? I gave them the robust picture that I could get. I get details from Fola. They did their due diligence, and before we know it, they are urging me, please, we want to come into Nigeria. So I congratulate each and every one of you for doing well, but please, you can do better. We will not over-regulate you, but we'll regulate you. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause, and please let us appreciate our Honorable Minister of State. Thank you. Yes, indeed. The promise is there and the message is clear. Nigeria is rebased, diversified, but diversifying in a more courageously innovative way through the transformational pathways of the insurance sector. National insurance is critical. We're closing the gaps and creating new global investment opportunities for the partners in this stake. Right now, we're going to be, well, just before I go any further, actually, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Economic Advisor to Mr. President, Dr. Nwuze Okidebe. Please, a round of applause. Let's appreciate his presence here this morning. You're very welcome, sir. Very welcome. Right now, we're going to be taking the keynote, and like we heard it said by our Commissioner of Insurance, Mr. Fola Daniel, the Coordinating Minister of Economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, is a passionary for transformational insurance. More importantly, for synergizing new pathways of enterprise for Nigeria and Nigerians in every sector. A round of applause as she comes forward. Thank you.
I don't think these stairs were made for the women. They are very challenging. Well, good morning, everybody. The Honorable Minister of State Finance, my brother, thank you for your good humor in your opening remarks. The Chief Economic Advisor to Mr. President, the Commissioner Insurance, the star of the show, Fola Daniel, the President of the Stock Exchange, thanks for all your support, the DG PENCOM, and the MD, MDIC, thank you for being with us. Distinguished DGs and other senior government officials, all the stakeholders in the insurance industry, thank you for turning up in very good numbers. Thank you, especially given the fact that this was organized fairly quickly. I want to welcome you all to this summit on the Nigerian insurance sector. When I briefed His Excellency Mr. President about what we're trying to do here today, he was very excited and supportive at the potential of the sector, and is in fact looking forward to hearing about the outcomes of today's meetings, and more than outcomes, specific actions on how we are going to grow this sector. So our objective today is to ensure that it contributes the way it should to our national economic growth. And some people might say, why now? As my Minister of State said, I think this is actually very timely at this moment because of the challenges that we are facing. As we have said before, challenges present opportunities. And even as we look at challenges within the economy, we also see that this is the time to invigorate those sectors of the economy that will make up. Where there's a gap on one side, another sector coming in can help to spur growth and make up for those gaps on the one side. And insurance is a very good sector for that. Why do I say that? The insurance sector is one of the sectors that creates large numbers of jobs in every economy. And I'll say more about this as my speech progresses. It's also a sector that can pool large amounts of finance together for investment in other sectors of the economy. So even as people see challenges, we see some opportunities.